Hi, welcome to the BoshNRoll channel. I'm your host, Bryant Cook. Before we get started, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. If you want to see me play your favorite deck or your spicy brew on the channel, I take donation deck lists. I'll do a deck tech, play a full Magic Online League, and help tune your list. If that sounds good, check out my contact info. It's in the video description below. Now let's go play some Magic.
Hello, welcome back to another BoshNRoll Legacy video. As you can see in front of me, I'm playing Combo today, and Combo you don't see a whole lot of on my channel because I'm not very proficient in doing it. This particular deck is the Epic Storm, and I tried to goldfish this deck a couple times the other day, and I failed. I whiffed so many times. I just put all my spells on the stack, realized I was 1 mana short or one storm short, and then just gave up. This deck has changed a lot over the years, and most recently, for Wishclaw Talisman, this deck has a demonic tutor kind of effect now, and for Veil of Summer. So your game against control decks is very different than it was even 2 years ago. And I don't understand how any of it works. Luckily, I have with me someone who knows a little bit about this deck. It is the owner of theepicstorm.com. It's Bryant Cook. Brian, what's up?
Hey, Brian. Thanks for having me on this. Super excited to teach you the ways of the claw.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I think this deck has been positioned as the best deck in a number of periods over the last 2 years. You go through periods where you just farm legacy challenges, win PTQs, then people play Mindbreak Trap for 3 weeks, and then you're back on top again. And that's been your pump and dump strat for a while now. And when this deck is the best, I'm frequently like, wow, I wish I knew how to play that. But by the time I learn how to play it, it'll be bad again. So I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that I was able to loop in my Eternal Glory podcast co-host. By the way, if you want to listen to Bryant and I talk about Legacy even more after this league, the link for that is in the description. So check that out. But all commercials aside, Bryant, what does this deck do? How do we play Wishclaw Talisman? Tell us what this is about.
Other than opening up a really busted turn one kill hand, a lot of the time you're just looking to put Wishclaw Talisman into play on turn one. And you have cards that help facilitate that with Chrome Mox. In the past, Chrome Mox has been sort of a weak card that is just a card you want to see off of ad nauseum because it's an additional mana source. Now with the Wishclaw Talisman, you're happy to see Chrome Mox in your opening hand because it allows you to play your best tutor effect on turn one, which saves you mana on for your turn two kill. And Mox Opal is just another way of doing that with Lion's Eye Diamonds and Lotus Petals. And Wishclaw Talisman is an artifact, unlike Infernal Tutor that we used to play. So the deck just has a lot more artifact synergy in it now. It's a lot better against control decks due to Veil of Summer, like you said, Brian.
Yeah, I love that the deck with Wishclaw Talisman, even though I don't really know how to play it, I have been following the developments in the deck because I need to know how to play against it as a dirty blue mage. But when you leaned into Mox Opal, I was so excited. Mox Opal is a card that I have a long history with. I think I've won like $20,000 in my life playing Mox Opal decks in major Magic tournaments, and I hate that this card is not in Modern anymore. And I do my best to play it in Legacy, but usually those end up being stompy decks. But I'm so excited to just shithouse people with Mox Opal again. So I'm
Well,
glad it's
it
in the
taps
deck.
for a green, which
It,
is pretty good with Veil of Summer. So another card that's pretty good with Veil of Summer, like we were just talking about, is Wishclaw Talisman. The text on Wishclaw Talisman does not say activate as a sorcery. It says activate on your turn, which is pretty bonkers since Veil of Summer is an instant. So a lot of the time you can secretly veil people out of nowhere and just blow them out. So I'm hoping to do that tonight.
yeah, that is pretty sweet. You can just go hellbent, just ritual, spew your shit, put Burning Wish on the stack, then they force a will, and you're like, GG, donkey. Find that Veil of Summer. This is
Exactly.
this is a 4 of, by the way. We know that Veil of Summer is good. People have talked about it being ban worthy. There was a long time where it was everyone thought it was going to ruin Legacy. It has kind of pushed ad nauseum tendrils totally out of the format, but you're playing 4 of them in the main. Like,
Yeah.
tell me about that.
Well, it really comes from the fact that we used to play Duress and Thoughtseize in the protection slots, but when Echo of Aeons was printed, that changed everything. And Defense Grid, like Wishclaw Talisman, is an artifact for Mox Opal, so that helps you a little bit there. But with Echo of Aeons, you don't really want to discard your opponent's Force of Will and then give them 7 new cards. You want an effect that's going to stop them for the turn. And I know for a long time TES was known as like the Empty the Warrens deck. That's no longer. We're not an empty deck anymore. We're a Veil of Summer like ad nauseum deck, and Echo of Aeons actually brings you all the way back to like the diminishing returns days of the Epic Storm, if you remember those, Brian.
I
So
do.
it's like you have silence and diminishing returns, but updated. Like I remember in 2012 begging, praying that we had a green silence, and 2019 was nice enough to give us one.
You did this. You're responsible for Veil of Summer. These were your prayers being answered after 7 years of howling into the void. Veil of Summer is
Pretty
what we
much.
got. I'm mad at you now. This video's over. No,
All
I
right.
actually like
Well, thanks for
Veil of
having
Summer.
me.
No, I actually do like Veil of Summer. I kind of wish it wasn't printed, but now that it was, it's like in that spot where it's like kind of annoying, but definitely not ban worthy. So it's here, and it is pretty cool that you've found a way to just slam 4 of them into your deck. And as a normally a blue mage, like before people figured out the Veil of Summer, I was getting like discard spell, Echo of Aeons out of Storm decks all the time, and I was just like, okay, I drew Force of Will. So that makes a lot of sense that this basically just thought seizes their hand and any card they might draw for the whole turn.
Yeah. And unlike discard spells, all 6 discards or all 6 protection spells in this deck, you have to force them. So force of negation, force of will, you can't just allow it to resolve and then do something else later. Like that's not how these cards work. Because with like a Thoughtseize, if you're holding force blue card, you don't care. Where with these cards, you have to take action. You have to carefully play around them, and that's a big upside.
Yep. I People who've been watching my channel, they know they've heard me say it's now or never more in the last year than I've said in my entire life, because I say it every time Veil of Summer goes on the stack. I'm like, well, now or never. Like I'll force it and hope they believe my last 2 cards are another force blue card. So that is a brutal card. Um, so Burning Wish is the thing that the Epic Storm is doing that something like Ad Nauseam Tendrils never did. Belcher does some Burning Wishing, but uh, what does our Burning Wish package look like here?
Well, they're on the top of the board for the most part. Not Chain of Vapor, that's an instant. You cannot Burning Wish for that.
All right,
But
I'll open up the sideboard and make this more visible for the fans. All right, so these are the sorceries here.
Mhm. So Echo of Aeons, we already covered that. It's an essential time twister when you have a Lion's Eye Diamond. So, discard your hand, flashback, pretty beautiful. Grape Shot. So for a long time, people thought that card was a meme. It wasn't, but even more so now. We talked about how great Veil of Summer is. Grape Shot allows you to kill your opponent through a Veil of Summer. Between Ad Nauseam, Echo of Aeons, and a card we're about to discuss, Peer into the Abyss, it's pretty easy to generate 20 Storm.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I've played Grape Shot in several different formats. I've played it in fair decks. Like I just had one in Blue Red Xerox and Vintage for a while, where you just like cantrip, mox, kill your Young Pyromancer and your Delver and deal 2 to you. Like that, I've played that card in fair decks. So a deck like this, like I definitely see it being a genuine win con.
Peer into the Abyss was secretly one of the better printings that happened for the Epic Storm in 2020. For a long time, you're running an Infernal Tutor in the sideboard, post Wishclaw Talisman, that is, so that way you could get your main deck Ad Nauseam. Well, Peer is essentially the same thing. Those, like the Burning Wish for Tutor into Ad Nauseam was a 9 mana line. Burning Wish into Peer is a 9 mana line, but it's not really a life total resource. It says you lose half your life, but when you're at 2 life, you can cast it against Delver and win. Because Delver provides that quick clock between Delver Secrets and Lightning Bolts and Dreadhorde Arcanist. And Peer just gives you a relatively safe win condition or Storm Engine. It's the closest that TES gets to as deterministic.
Yeah, this card is pretty messed up. I've lost to it in positions where I was like, what could they possibly have? And it's like, oh, the answer is Beer Under the Abyss. I'm used to it now, but when M21 first dropped, I was like, okay, I think they're just going to have to get Echo and refill my hand, but no, then I just lose instead. Uh, all right, there. We know what the Tendrils is for. We know what Empty is for. Pulverize kills like chalices and thorns. What is this?
That's a sweet card that I've been trying for about a week now. Extract from Odyssey. And your mouth might look like the art in this photo right now, but it's secretly fine. Like it's not just a meme. Right now, Doomsday is one of the best decks in Legacy, and Oops All Spells comes in waves. So Extract, you're able to just go Burning Wish Extract for 3 mana and theoretically win the game by removing a Fastest Oracle from the game. So you just now have a 3 mana I win button. Doomsday only plays one Oracle. Oops All Spells plays one Oracle. Ad Nauseam Tendrils often only runs the main deck Tendrils value. Some lists have an empty, but it's pretty cool. Normally it's a Thought Seize. I think it might be worth trying.
All right, so you heard it here first. This is the hot new tech straight from the mouth of the Epic Storm himself. So, all right, we've talked about this deck quite a bit. Let's go see it in action. Let's go play these games and storm some clowns. All right, so we're on the draw in the first round. A skill that I don't have because it generally doesn't matter is I don't memorize MTGO usernames. But Brian, I imagine that's a big part of playing the Epic Storm because it really matters what your opponent's doing.
This is true. However, I have no clue what our opponent's playing. That said, they have a pretty sweet username. Cav Bloom, classic combo deck.
Yeah, Cadaverous Bloomer. Do you think they're playing Cadbloom?
I don't think so.
Okay,
If I
fair.
had to guess, they're probably playing Delver Secrets.
All right. So I see a turn one Wishclaw Talisman, and we have our shield, but we have one cantrip to tie all of this together. What do you think about this hand?
I think it's a keep, but I want to know what you would play on turn one.
What I would play on turn one? I would. I guess it depends on their land drop. Like if they indicate to me that they might be a discard deck, maybe I would leave up Veil of Summer, or we could just ponder turn one. Our draw step's going to affect that as well. I don't think I spew the Lotus Petal to get Wishclaw into play right away. Or
I
is
do
that
agree with that.
okay? Cool. All right, so let's keep and see if what information we can get. And I apologize in advance to all of my opponents who are going to have to wait while Bryant and I discuss these storm lines all night. All right, so we got a Flooded Strand.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, you do like playing against blue decks. All right,
What a draw.
that's a juicy boy. That goes with that Wishclaw Talisman quite well. We are a mana short of casting Wishclaw, activating it, and spinning the wheel, but I don't think we'd want to do that anyway because it's not really going anywhere.
I would agree.
So them being a blue deck, I think I just want to ponder here.
I agree once again.
All right, so now the tricky thing. This mana base is kind of like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. You have it's like one Badlands, one Taiga, one Trop, one Sea, one Valk,
In
uh,
a swamp.
and a swamp. So what you fetch and with what fetch land all matters. So
This is true.
uh,
One of the best things that you can do with the Epic Storm is you want to pair the best dual land with the second best dual land. And in my opinion, the best dual land is Underground Sea, and Taiga is number two. I don't care what anyone says. Taiga is the best land you can pair with Underground Sea.
all right.
So that makes Taiga number two.
So I'm gonna fetch with Verdant Catacombs. I guess it
I
doesn't
would
matter.
play Mire
All right.
because that way your Verdant Catacombs can get Trop after, just
Okay.
so that way you have double Veil mana.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out uh, where they don't overlap because you have so many dual lands that there's going to be a lack of overlap somewhere. But yes, Bloodstained Mire not getting Trop was what I couldn't find. That's a lot of mana.
You love to see it.
Yeah, so this looks like we should be able to easily like Veil, Rit, LED, Wishclaw, and win next turn somehow. So we just easily keep this, right?
Yeah, teach me how to draw cards.
All right. I'm not going to shuffle my library. Do we play out the Lotus Petal in case we need to cast Veil? Like if they turn out to be a discard deck, is this something you do, or do you save it for the Storm?
I don't think that they're playing discard spells. I would just pass.
Okay, deal.
There's also a chance that our opponent increases our storm enough on the next turn where we can just naturally tendrils them. So I don't really want to give up the free storm.
All right.
Discard spells are pretty uncommon in an era with Veil of Summer.
All right, that makes sense.
So something I tell a lot of people when I do tutoring sessions is ask whenever you are thinking about playing a card, ask yourself like, what do I gain by doing this? And that goes for a lot of decks in Legacy.
All right.
The Wasteland tells me that we're probably facing Delver.
Okay, so that makes me want to play Taiga, play Petal, then Veil. So if the Petal lets us play around Daze by casting Ritual, or do we just let them Daze the Veil and hope that's all they got? Like, how would you sequence this turn? That's what I would do.
So I know that it's like not exactly a sexy answer. I'm super conservative. I would just go Verdant Pass here.
Okay.
And then you have the choice of drawing the Brainstorm on top or not. That's
All right.
just how I tend to play. Like I play combo decks which tend to be more aggressive, but I don't always play the aggressive role. Like if my opponent's not doing anything to make me feel pressured, I'm gonna sit back and relax.
I mean, that is completely reasonable, and it is something I agree with. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Uh,
Okay. Well, they don't know what we're playing.
that's true, I guess. They've seen Bloodstainmire, Underground Sea, and Verdant Catacombs, though. They could just name Wishclaw Talisman here. Be a god. Dark Ritual. They got the Hymn to Turok.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, we do have a Brainstorm on top.
All right. Well, I'd better draw it. So what? I guess I fetch right now, get the Trop, and cast the Brainstorm, try to fix this hand? Or do you
Yeah,
want to wait?
I agree with that. If I had to guess, this is Espervile.
Yeah, that's the only deck that has all of the cards we've seen in it. All right, so is there a way? I mean, Burning Wish, there's always a way. So we would need a Burning Wish to clear this Meddling Mage.
I don't even know if you need to.
All right, so
personally,
obviously I'm just burying these rituals if the plan is to not remove Meddling Mage.
yeah, I would just bury the rituals. Go get Volcanic Island and Ponder.
All right, you like Ponder better than casting Wishclaw here? I guess that's a lot of Storm we lose.
Yeah, I'd probably just Ponder.
Okay. We found Burning Wish. Did we need that because we already have Wishclaw? Like,
I like keeping this as backup. I'd probably put Claw on the bottom, and then I don't know if it matters what you do with the other two.
all right. Guess we do have a bunch of mana.
Our opponent is very smart.
Yeah, the spread of lands that we showed them was a bit of a giveaway, but they were smart enough to read it. All right, Aether Vial, please and thank you. That is exactly what you want to see on turn 3. All right, is it time to storm now? Do we have it? So
I think so.
do I just play this land, or is there some like possibility we ad nauseum into a better one? But I don't think so. Like,
No, I think you want to play it.
all right, yeah. Like my most recent storm experience, like I said in the deck tech, is in Vintage, where like you try not to make your land drop if you might still draw Academy, but there is no Academy. You're just Taiga. All
Well,
right.
they're similar power levels.
Yes. They are exactly the same. Taiga costs more, so it must be better. All right. So do you just lead on Veil, make sure the coast is clear?
Well, Veil of Summer has this ability to be cryptic command as well.
Yes.
So I tend to hold it. What I would do here, and I don't know if you actually, let me ask you, what would be your sequencing if you're not leading on Veil?
If I'm not leading on Veil, I would probably cast. I have to get these artifacts into play because those are my only black sources. So I would probably just go like Petal, LED, then Opal in that order.
I agree. Part of
Okay.
the reason why is you don't want to play Opal early and then have them fight over a Lion's Eye Diamond.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. Like I said, I do know how to play Mox Opal. That is something I've done. All right. Now all this shit is in play. You're gonna have to help me with the tutors. I don't even want to waste everyone's time. I have Burning Wish and Wishclaw Talisman. What goes where here? What do we do?
I would cast Claw off of Mox Opal and then probably Volcanic Island.
Okay. All right, we have Claw. No laws. We
All
have
right.
claws.
Let's cast Veil of Summer off Taiga because that leaves us a blue for Brainstorm.
All right, now or never, opponent. All right, they had a force.
Let's
Pitching
pitch
force.
forward.
So either that was their only blue card, or they just have 3 forces in their hand, which I think it's more likely those were their blue cards. But
So here you have two options. You can do the risky Burning Wish into Echo of Aeons and refill, or you can cast Brainstorm. Our opponent does have a Meddling Mage on Dark Ritual, but if we can hit a Lion's Eye Diamond, we have an Ad Nauseum, which is, pretty favorable. Also, they're at, hold on. I'm sorry, we might just have a kill here. Um,
yeah,
Burning Wish, crack. No, we don't have a kill.
all right. So we know Wishclaw Talisman is the top card. So we only see 2 cards off this Brainstorm.
Normally, without the Meddling Mage on Dark Ritual, there's like a super cool line you can take here, but unfortunately that doesn't work. I would cast the Brainstorm.
All right, let's do it. We found Ad Nauseum all natural. That's probably not good though.
No. I'd probably put Claw on the bottom and then Burning Wish on top. That way next turn you can just hard cast Ad Nauseum with Veil backup.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, just shipping the turn.
I know it's not very fun.
Yeah,
I like winning though.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, that Hymn to Turok was nice though. Veil of Summer. Okay, so
Ooh.
now we just Ad Nauseum, right? Or is
Yep.
there a better Burning Wish? We're just coast to
I would just,
coast.
yeah.
All right,
Tapping the Opal, keep your pedal around.
all right. Here it comes from 13. Show me
So part
potato
of the
salad. All right,
So
resolved.
part of the reason you want to keep pedal around is that, like, if you needed to veil there, uh, you'd sack your Lion's Eye Diamond, and pedal's just another artifact from Metalcraft.
Right. All right. So we have to keep going. Oh God, we're at 5.
Yikes!
Uh,
That's okay.
do we keep
You
going or?
can't die.
Right. LED. All right, it's happening. That was a freebie, so we go again. Another freebie. Another freebie. We're at 4. The most expensive card in the main after Echo and Ad Nauseum is 2, right?
It's the Tendrils.
Oh, the
So we do play
Tendrils.
one main deck Tendrils. That said, we're actually in a decent spot right now.
Yeah.
So we can play Chrome Mox, which would be Storm 2. Lion's Eye Diamond would be Storm 3. Rite of Flame would be Storm 4, assuming that we imprint the Burning Wish. Storm 5 would be Echo. We could also play the Wish Call, so that could be Storm 6. and then from there you get to Echo with a bunch of mana floating and a way already in play to go get your tendrils.
All
So
right.
I'd probably stop here.
All right. I am fine with that. So LED. Chromox, imprint Burning Wish. It's funny that Chromox can't imprint Wishclaw Talisman because of it says non-artifact specifically, even though it has color. So we Rite of
That was
Flame.
the old Mirrodin days.
Yep. So you want to put this Wishclaw Talisman into play, popping off the Lotus Petal to do it?
I would.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's a good card to have around. So we have to make blue with one of these, and what color do we make with the other?
Black, because
All
we
right,
want to be able to cast Tendrils of Agony.
fair. All right, blue, 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 blue. Black, 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 black.
As long as we leave 2 black floating, we'll be okay.
Okay, so this costs 1 blue. I imagine we want to keep the red in case we hit a right. So,
Hmm.
all right, I want to spend 1 of the black because they turned off Dark Ritual anyway, and I guess that leaves a blue by process of elimination. Spin these wheels.
Boom!
All right, Bryant said boom, so he's excited.
Let's get some spells.
Yeah, all right. Rite of Flame, Rite of Flame, riggedy, riggedy, Rite of Flame. So let me see if I can figure this out from here. We crack LED, get tendrils with one of these, and then we're still holding up mana to wish for Veil of Summer with the other. Or I could just get Veil first.
Well, you would need green mana.
Yeah,
Um,
like I pop this for green, the LED, and use one of my million red to wish for tendrils, and then I'm just holding up wish for LED or wish for Veil. But I guess I don't need it because they don't play Mindbreak Trap in the main.
exactly.
All right,
So here, what I would do is I would actually play out the other claw just for storm count. So that way, if for some reason your opponent opened up like triple force in their new hand, it still wouldn't be enough.
but then I don't have 2 black anymore, or I
We have a
lose.
lines that I'm in play.
All right, but so we're just giving up on Veil and like Force of Will. Like these lines feel very similar to me, but I will do the one that you suggest.
Yeah, like this way, it doesn't really matter. You're just like you're gonna make 3 black with the lion's eye diamond anyway, and they could have triple force in their hand, and it still wouldn't be enough.
All right, so black, black, black. Make a wish. Uh, do I wish for like a Rite of Flame just for Storm with another one?
You can, sure.
All right, might as well.
You can also go get a lotus petal and then veil too, if that makes you feel better.
All right, it kind of does. All right, I mean, that only took 14 minutes to figure out.
Well, we're just gonna win game 2. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I'm not gonna lie, I do feel like tremendously guilty for wasting so much of my opponent's time, but hopefully the video is worth it and the apology is accepted. So their Espervile, they have Force of Will in their deck, and then they have a bunch of permanent-based Hate Bears.
Hmm.
So do you just bring in all 4 of the ways to remove those?
I do.
All right. Then we can wish for Grape Shot. That's a way to pick off a Meddling Mage also if we're in a tight spot. All right. This is gonna fuck me right up. What do we sideboard out?
I would like you to guess first because honestly, it took me a long time to figure out what the right choice is here, and it's not intuitive.
Okay, so does this deck play Thalia?
It is not.
Okay, I didn't think so. All right, so Wishclaw Talisman like is the deck. I think maybe Defense Grid is cuttable. Um, Because
So it's worth noting that most lists are boarding into 3 Force Negation now.
oh Jesus! All right. I mean,
Yeah,
so
it gets pretty tough post board.
all right. We only have a minute and 30. You're gonna have to help me out with this.
All right, it's Ponder.
Wow.
And
Okay.
it sounds like blasphemy, but I've tried boarding out Rite of Flames, and you just end up with not enough mana in a lot of situations. Where Ponder is like it's a glue card, but sometimes like you just have to use, especially with the London Mulligan, disciplined Mulligan decisions in order to not need the glue.
All right. Yeah. That makes sense. Like everything else is an enabler or a protection. Like you have brainstorm, ponder, and then everything else is part of the storm package. So it does make sense that that is a cuttable card. And we just hope to have critical mass and, like you said, use the London Mulligan. All right.
Yeah, I've in the past I've also tried boarding Carpet of Flowers over Rite of Flame. The issue with that is that they're an Aether Vial deck that also plays a Scrublands plus a couple Wastelands, so they can choose to not play an island and get you.
Yeah. I love playing when I'm a blue deck and just having like Astrolabe, two basic forests, a basic plains. That is my shit. This hand does not look keepable to me.
I would agree.
This one can answer some shit. It's got a brainstorm. I want to keep this and I want to bottom abrupt decay. What do you think?
I'd probably bottom the Rite of Flame, but it's close. Like I completely get that. I just think that the right's not doing a whole lot here.
Okay, I'm gonna trust your judgment. Like I'm just looking at this storm deck for the first time. Like, okay, I want my fast mana. All right.
Good draw.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna go Bloodstain Mire pass.
Yep.
End of turn B storm. That shows me that they have a 2-drop hate bear, but they don't have a second land.
Or they want the protection spell. So like sometimes people will be like, okay, I have the turn 2 drop, but I want to make sure I don't die if I tap out. So they definitely have a force in their hand.
Yeah, like you don't keep a hand this shitty without force of will.
All right. So we're gonna get the second best land in Legacy right
Taiga.
now. Of course.
Right now, or you mean after we brainstorm? Or
Okay, so you want to brainstorm.
oh no
That's
no,
fine.
we have Wishclaw Talisman. I forgot, like that's the thing. So we're just jamming Wishclaw, right?
Yeah, that's what I would do. And I'm not entirely sure if these decks play the new apparition, but even if they did, our opponent can't cast it next turn.
Right.
And by getting Taiga, we can also cast Abrupt Decay, which is the real reason that this mana base was created, is that off 2 lands you can cast Abrupt Decay and have all 4 of your colors.
All right. So there's a force of negation. Yeah, I mean, Taiga and Underground Sea side by side is very obviously built for abrupt decay. Let's draw another Wishclaw. All right.
Yeah, that was good. So honestly, if I had to guess, I think our opponent has another force. So I'd fire off Brainstorm here, looking for mana plus protection.
We found mana. We did not find protection. So I can't reasonably cast abrupt decay this turn. So I think I want to hide that. Um, keep chain in the
So
hand. All right. What are you thinking?
how risky do you want to play this game?
I guess we could
Because
just ad nauseum right now.
well, you could add nauseam in their upkeep before they can play a third land for a second force negation,
Right.
is another option. But or we can like try to brainstorm again next turn and find out. But we're going to be redrawing 1 card and looking at 2 fresh ones. So it's up to you.
All right. Let's get stormy. How about that?
All right. If that's the case, we should put the 2 brainstorms on top because
Right.
it's less damage. Or a brainstorm and a chain, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, just 2 1-drops. I feel you.
Yeah. Play your land, play pedal.
And then we ad nauseum in the old upkeep arena.
Ad nauseam is an instant. I would be much happier if it was a sorcery most of the time, but this is like one of those rare situations where it's kind of cool that it's an instant.
Yep, here we go.
Let's do it.
Whammo.
Peanut butter and jam.
This is where we see their life total change, and then we. Yep.
And you slouched. Yep.
Wow, they pitched force. They kept a 3 force hand. All right, that explains why they kept this like non-functional mana hand.
Well, we're actually not out of this yet, for what it's worth. Like
Yeah,
we have double brainstorm on top.
yeah, and they're a creature-based deck, and we have 1.5 removal spells in hand. So, like, we're gonna work through this at some point. Recruiter. Okay, so that's gonna find something that we target with Abrupt Decay. Soul Herder. My goodness. All right.
They're going for the value plan against us. How disrespectful.
All right. I think I just want to pass and
I
maximize
agree.
my brainstorm.
Yeah. So the soul herder only does it on the end step, right? Like you could replicate the soul herder before it flickers.
Yes. I could also wait for it to target and exile that, but
Yeah.
it makes more
I think
sense
it's
to,
better just yeah.
yeah, picking off the herder makes sense.
I just can't believe they're trying to value us.
Yeah, like maybe their hand is just like Meddling Mage. All right, so decay this jerk.
Yep.
All right, second
Now
brainstorm
we're gonna
coming up.
draw the other, cast it off the vault.
All right, show
Brain
me the
rush.
money.
Not the worst. Probably put the zeros on top. Play grid. This will stop additional forces in the future if they don't want to, tap their mana.
Right. This vial has reached critical mass though, so like now they can still continue to put real threats into play and hold up force. Not anymore. All right. So they tapped out of that. Are we
The question
brainstorming
is,
again or just passing?
well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, we get to look at 3 fresh ones if we pass. I'd
Yeah.
probably pass here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like, what is the rush? Oh god. Plague Engineer for a Goblin. That
Doesn't
was
matter.
not the plan.
We were never going to do that.
Yep.
So, how I picture us winning this game is one of 2 ways. We're either going to cast Echo of Aeons, or we're going to Burning Wish for Fear.
Okay. Yep.
We're currently on a 4-turn clock, because we're at 13 and not 12.
Yep. Oh. Oh no, Soul Herder. All right. No, they can't get another Soul Herder. Do they play more than one? There's Sworn Canonist. Okay, so I have the chain for that.
So here, fun thing about Candace, it's not artifact,
Yes,
which means that you can brainstorm play claw. So I would tap Vulcan brainstorm, hoping to draw a claw.
we did it.
All
So
right.
I can, like Chrome Mox seems like the worst card left here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna
That
put
on top, and then some other card.
yeah, put this on top with Opal next to it, I guess.
Yep, that seems fine to me.
All right, no laws.
When you're casting claws.
That's right. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're gonna put us to 2. That is exactly the money shot for a. Oh wait, this doesn't even work. We chain the Canonist, then they just vial it back in, and we lose.
Hmm.
All right, yeah, the vial on 2 is checkmate here. Unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Tell me I'm wrong. Nope.
I mean, I wish that you were, but so if what we would have wanted to do there, because we were checkmated, is upkeep, go get Abrupt Decay, and then take a fresh draw step and hope that the draw step is something that carries us.
What could carry us there? Like,
It would have to be a brainstorm and do like Lion's Eye Diamond Echo, but it's theoretically possible to still win that game.
uh, is it though? Because Like, oh, I guess if we abrupt decay canonist, yeah, okay. Now I caught up. Like we got abrupt decay with the upkeep shuffle, and then there is no redeploy with Vial. Got it. I'm with you now.
But like this isn't a good matchup. I mean, I think the ad nauseum there was completely reasonable, and we didn't end up drawing a protection spell off of the brainstorm the next turn anyway. So like that was a calculated risk. But now we're just going to get him in game 3.
Yep, that's the plan. I've submitted the deck. I would like to play first. That is advantageous for Storm, right? All right. This hand doesn't look good to me.
It's close. It's a little risky. I'd probably ship it.
All right. Yeah. Use those. Oh God.
Oh,
We're
I'd
on.
ship this too.
Yeah, we're on 5 for sure.
The 7 was definitely better than the 6.
Yep. Would you keep this with an LED if one of these cards at random was LED?
Yes, but I wouldn't want to.
All right. This is a
Right.
keepable hand. I think we're sending Basic Swamp and Lotus Petal to the bottom, or Basic Swamp right?
I'd probably do right Lotus Petal.
Right Lotus Petal. Okay.
Personally. Yeah. I'm just like trying to be realistic that we're probably not going to try to win quickly this game.
All right. Opponent's on 4, so we are just dropping into the dirt together.
So I would just like, in the sake of playing quickly due to time, I'm just going Delta Pass, and like Lion's Eye Diamond is our best draw. Um,
Yep.
but I wanted to keep the lands in case we end up in a situation where we have to hardcast the Echo.
All right. Yeah, keeping lands against the Wasteland deck makes sense too. Wow. All right. Their 4-card hand had a Vial. Dark Ritual.
That's pretty good.
All right. So
Play Swamp.
yeah, Swamp go.
If we can draw Lion's Eye Diamond now, we're off to the races.
Yeah, for sure. Unless they have Meddling Mage also in their 4-card hand. It's a land Vial Meddling Mage. Fuck my life. Or Ethersworn Canonist also. Bad news.
You're not supposed to say the cards out loud. Well, it turns out they had double Vial in their 4.
All right. Show me the money. Lion's Eye Diamond. All right.
That was a fine draw.
Yeah. We're back. We're in the game pretty safely here. And next turn, if we draw a fetch land, we can hardcast Echo. Is that even good?
It gets hit by Force Negation that way because you don't have Veil up.
Yeah. All right. I'm off that. Ooh.
That was a good draw.
Yeah, just shove this into play, right?
Yep. And if they force it, you can fetch for Trop. Okay. Feeling good.
All right, so let's see what this Vial has to offer. Lavinia. All right, we can beat her.
I always feel like the Esper Vial deck plays one Lavinia, but it's been played against me a number of times, and every single time I ask myself why. They're already such a favorite in the matchup. It's like it doesn't make sense. It's like, no, I need my 80% matchup to be 85%.
Yep, fuck you, buddy. They're gonna have like 6 Mind Break traps on top of all these hateful permanents.
Maybe that's why they mulliganed to 4. They wanted the Lavinia.
Yeah, they just mulled to the Lavinia. That's definitely what happened. So our best case scenario is that this 2-card hand is force blue card, and the blue card is not Meddling Mage. Like if they're just sitting on like Baleful Strix, Force of Will, or some shit, that's really good for us. Okay, so
Ooh, that was good.
was that good?
It was.
Oh, do we?
So
All right, tell me.
I think I would just pass here and then decay the Lavinia on the end step.
Okay.
And then the turn after that, you have Ad Nauseam with the Veil back up now, with the most expensive card out of your deck.
Okay.
My fear, and I almost don't want to say it because I don't want to jinx it, is that they have a certain 3-mana creature that finds another creature that stops us from storming.
Yes, that would be annoying. They did nothing with these vials on the end step. That's good news. All right, so
Goodbye, Lavinia.
here goes everything. Your hand of 3 Force of Wills. Where is it now? Where is your god? All right, I can see
So
why it
I
would be
think
addictive to just laugh at the blue mage's hand. Like, nice Force of Wills, nerd, Abrupt Decay, Veil
yeah,
of Summer. All right, tell me what we're doing on our turn.
outside of an incredible draw, I think that our hand does one thing, and it goes Dark Ritual, activate Wishclaw for another Dark Ritual, ad nauseum with Veil backup. We only lose to force blue card, force a negation.
Okay. So
So you don't have to activate the claw anymore. You just have to uh, Dark Ritual, right off Taiga, ad nause, fetch Veil.
okay.
And that leaves you with Claw and Echo as backup for the next turn if you want it.
All right, sounds good. So I just ad nauseum right now.
Yep.
All right, from 16, here we go. All right, there's Force of Will.
Exiling Soul Herder.
All right, let's get Tropical Island and hope they don't have Force of Negation. They had Vial. Are they gonna like put in Canonist here? Oh, Strix. All right, they're digging. They have one
This is a
chance
good
to hit.
sign.
All right.
Hey!
All right, we're in there like swimwear.
We have 4
Yes.
minutes to figure this out.
Oh, all right.
We can flip safely down to 4. We have not played a land yet. Now we can go to 2.
5. We can go to.
Oh,
All right.
okay, let's stop there.
All right.
So it would have been better to stop at 3 in that specific instance just because we had Mire, but
Okay.
everything worked out fine anyway.
All right. So our spells are untouchable, like MC Hammer. So I'm gonna fetch to 1, cast this ritual.
Rite of Flame actually makes 3 here too, so we're able to play Defense Grid for something wonky in case they have it.
All right. Badlands. I guess as long
Doesn't
as it
matter.
makes black, it doesn't matter. So
Or
Writ. I mean, they can.
but we have Rite of Flame too.
Right.
So we can cast right into the grid, and then, I mean, they probably don't have anything, but it doesn't hurt.
Right. All right. They have 3 mana up, which makes me nervous. Like, if they do have Mindbreak Trap, I guess that is what it is. All right, so, and it's time for Tendrils.
Yep. I think if they had Trap, our ad nauseum probably wasn't resolving.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that is the thing. Like, there's choke points where if that happens, then the next thing will happen too. All right.
We have successfully defeated a bad matchup.
Yep, in only 40 minutes. All right, so we're on the play, and Bryant has some information about our opponent.
They're a filthy, filthy Epic Storm pilot.
All right. This is Jacob Redfern, I think. Red Hand
Yes, it is
Jake.
Jacob.
All right, yeah, he's a Pittsburgh local. I didn't, and yes, he is always on the Epic Storm. So the mirror.
Little does Jacob know, you're faster.
Yeah. We won the die roll. I also have the sensei in my ear. So this hand has two like, so I can pitch, ponder, play pedal. Like, does that do anything? Tell me if this hand does anything. We're
It echoes with a Lotus Petal in play.
okay. Yep. All right. That sounds worth
So
doing.
sometimes with this deck, like people are afraid to cast Echo, but a lot of the time I look at Echo starting the game with 3 permanents in play with 5 Storm or 6 Storm. Like if you could ask anyone like, hey, would you like to start the game with 5 Storm and 3 permanents in play? Everyone's gonna say hell yes.
Yes.
So let's do it.
Yeah. Um, so, funny story about Jacob. He and I started playing in the same, uh, like, or at least he showed up to my local store uh, around the time I was playing elves religiously, and obviously the Epic Storm just shit murders elves. So he was one of my nemesis, just like the guy I can never beat. And then we played in the top 8 of Eternal Extravaganza one time. I was on elves, he was on Epic Storm, and I beat him when we were playing for 40 dual lands. Like the one time it really mattered. So that
That's how
made
it
me
goes.
very, very happy. All right, so we have 5 Storm. We can uh, still cast this Writ
Unfortunately.
and LED and Burning Wish. So we can Burning Wish with with 4 floating. What does that do? Anything? Uh,
Well, unfortunately, you can't do that. We only have one initial mana source right now, so you can't cast Dark Ritual and Burning Wish.
oh, right, right, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The sequencing is true.
So here, I would play out Lion's Eye Diamond and pass just because our opponent might echo.
All right. And we have the Veil of Summer, so it's unlikely to get tendrils right now.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
If Jacob passes, we get to go to the Abyss.
Oh, I'm so excited to go to the Abyss. All right, let's see how hard we fucked his hand. I played enough Vintage to know that turn 1 Time Twister is basically like a forced mulligan to 7, and no, you can't mulligan that. So good luck. But not actually good luck. I would prefer to win. Wow, Mox Opal go.
BL? Yes.
Oh, okay, okay. I think our Twister did its job. So,
All right. So let's just count to make sure. Uh, we do, in fact, have 9 mana.
all right, I guess the life point isn't going to matter, so I should. Is like fetching to thin or fetching to get black. Like, does any of that matter, or are we just like gonna
So
win?
we'll put us to 46 cards. So it's actually free either way.
Okay,
So I guess it's okay to get a black duel if you want one.
I kind of do. I always feel better with Underground Sea in play.
I feel better with Taiga in play personally, but
That one
each
doesn't
their
make
own.
black. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. All right, so
Yep.
we ritual.
Have you ever drawn 23 cards off one spell?
I literally, well, I played Paradoxical Outcome a lot, so maybe, but
I'd be
not
pretty
not like
impressed if
this.
you picked up 23 permanents, though.
I think that's most of the permanents that those decks play. Um, all right, so is there any reason to worry about blue or black? No, we're spending all this mana anyway, right?
Yep, and
All
then
right,
we just have to add 3 black with the diamond. So we hold control.
yep. Holding the control button, casting Burning Wish, making 3 black with LED. Yes, I would like to do this. And let's look straight into this abyss. Oh, target player, nice. This is
I
where
have
we
targeted
learn.
my opponent once with it.
All right.
It was not good.
Okay. Oh, this hand is so large. How can I even see it all? All right, so I can pretty safely just cast all my zeros and just get this hand to a point where I can actually process it with my brain. Shouldn't this be in exile? Where did this come from?
Your deck. You drew it.
But I cast it with flashback on turn 1. Shouldn't it have been exiled?
That was the sideboard copy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. Lost track of that. We had the natural one in hand so many times last game. All right. Does it matter if I start on Writ or Write, or am I just dumping all my mana either way?
So what I tell people when I do tutoring sessions is it's usually better to get in a habit of playing Rite of Flame first,
Right, because
because
Ritual's
if
an
your opponent
instant.
ever has exactly it plays their own days. So I like doing this stuff in just all the time in the proper order.
All right, I
Creates good
respect that.
muscle memory.
Yep. So I kind of interrupted him, but what Bryant was just saying, that if you Rite of Flame and your opponent casts Daze or Spell Pierce, you can Dark Ritual in response to pay for that, but you can't do it the other way around, because Rite is a sorcery and Writ is an instant. Okay, now time for black mana. He's being very generous, letting us tap, just like do all this.
I would play a grid,
I was just gonna
just for the
say that.
sake of it.
Yeah, like what if?
Like you don't know if Jacob is running an Elvish Spirit Guide into Veil or something wild.
Yeah,
Like,
just all right. Now we are deterministically deterministic.
the best kind of deterministic.
Yeah, we can even Veil.
All right.
All right.
Hopefully we can finish this one pretty quickly.
All right. Do you even sideboard in the mirror?
So there's two ways of boarding. You can board out the grids for Chain of Vapors because that will help your ad nauseum,
Right.
because you get to do Chain of Vapor tricks with your Mox Opals and your Chromes.
Right.
Or you board in Decay, hoping to decay their Wish Claw.
Ooh. But like,
Last night I lost to Jacob doing the Decay plan. That said, I usually do the Chain plan, but I like trying them both sometimes just to get a feel for what I like more.
all right. So,
So
for science, do you want to do
being on
one
the
of each,
draw,
or should you commit to
I,
one or the other?
I think being on the draw, I like decays just because like the ability to blow up a turn one claw seems pretty nice. But on the
All right.
play, I'd probably do chain.
Okay. I like that. So this is a this is like a control hand. Like, do you just pod race in the mirror, or is something that like sculpts a perfect hand over a couple turns something that's even remotely defensible?
If your hand doesn't do anything on turn two, you can't keep it.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. So ship this. Oh baby. This
So
does something
this
turn 1, right?
it's pretty close to doing something turn one.
So
Because the Mox Opal is active,
yeah.
we need to draw a Mana Source off the top or a claw.
Oh right. Yep. So I am gonna keep this
Hmm.
and ship the
What would you
brainstorm.
bottom?
Well, okay,
I
so
would ship
ship a
Ritual
ritual. Okay, yeah. I
because
was
that
still
gives
thinking
us the
about pod
flexibility of
racing.
casting Brainstorm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like just having brainstorm here is better than not doing that.
Even Anakin has some moves. You gotta, give yourself a little wiggle room.
Yep. You gotta have a wrench in your cockpit to throw into Sebulba's engine,
Exactly.
if you know what I mean. So this is kind of fucked because,
Boom!
well, he's like, oh, this does. I was just gonna say he's holding up Abrupt Decay, but he's actually not. He doesn't have black. So now we just Ram Ranch.
Yeah, you go back to the abyss. In this game, Jacob's holding or representing Veil of Summer as well.
Right.
So we're going to draw 53 divided by 2, 26 cards, and cast Grape Shot.
All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We even have an extra. Did I count that right?
Correct.
All right. All right. So what colors are these LEDs? What mana do
Black,
we want
black.
floating? Black, black? All right. Black?
So you pointed out in round one that Wishclaw Talisman cannot imprint on a Chromox,
Yeah.
which makes black mana the most valuable mana whenever you're like casting Ad Nauseam or a draw spell,
All right.
because it's a lot harder to generate black.
That makes sense. All right, this is where he gets us with the Flusterstorm. All right, didn't have the Flusterstorm. Time to just jump my zeros. All right, Chrome. Oh, all 3 Chrome Mox in. We have a fresh Opal. Keep that one. Okay, so I think we can pitch these Abrupt Decays to Chrome Mox. We're not going to need those, right?
Yeah.
We're not going to
You
need
just have
all these
to.
Burning Wishes either. I guess I can do
Yeah, like it
this. I
might
have
be
Black
good to
Floating.
pitch one.
One
Like it
Burning
might be
Wish.
good to pitch one. Yeah, just so that way you can ride a flame off one.
All right, so get rid of this. Oh, he is going to get Grape Shat. All right. Chrome Mox for the Bayou. Pitching gold cards is
With a
so hot.
Stinger Servant in play, that could be a triumph.
Oh my god, you're not even wrong. Do I just pitch the other Abutike here, or do I want blue? Like, is there any reason to be cantripping this turn?
Only to increase storm count, which is something we still need to do.
Yeah.
Like we're not quite to 20 yet.
Yep.
So it doesn't hurt to make one of them a blue mox.
Yeah, I guess I have enough blue, red and black floating to do what I need to do. All right, so that's out of here. I can brainstorm, and then I can shuffle with Talisman still. So brainstorm does the most to change the composition of my hand. Does that track in Storm World?
It does.
All right.
In Storm World, that is correct.
All right. I know it's true in Control World.
We're the park next to Water World.
Okay. All right. That didn't do anything helpful. So just put
That's
back
okay.
2 of these lands. Time to ignore the laws.
When you've got claws.
Yep.
So this is kind of a cool situation. Rite of Flame is a break even on mana if you go and get the third Rite of Flame. And then the fourth Rite of Flame, if we were somehow to find it with another claw, would actually make a mana.
All right. So. All right. So yeah, Rite of Flame makes the same as Dark Ritual, but it has a higher payoff if we find the fourth one. So I'm going to get Rite of Flame here.
Yep. It actually makes more than Dark Ritual right now, just because it's going to make 4 mana.
Oh, okay. Oh, right, because the first one makes 2. Yep, that tracks. All right, so flame, and now we just get the grape shot, right?
Yeah.
He's at 20. There's not a way to gain life I'm aware of.
How funny would a blowout Weather the Storm be, though?
Oh my god. I would enjoy that. I would genuinely enjoy that. Do we have enough to get keep going and get tendrils if he does do that?
We have an Echo, so anything's
Yeah.
possible. We also have a bunch of blue mana and cantrips.
Yep.
Cast it.
He's being nice in the chat. I have to engage with my community. All right. He said in the chat he has Veil. He's going to show it to me, proving that I didn't waste my time. But it's not even a waste of time. It was a pleasure, a genuine pleasure. GG's. See you around the LGS when those exist again. Uh-oh. Look who this opponent is.
Tommy Happ. Let's go.
He said, I hope you're not recording. I told him I don't play Magic off camera, which is mostly true. And I would like to play first. So This hand makes a lot of mana and casts Burning Wish. It looks like we have a Twister here.
So, question: we're on the play. Do you think that Tom can kill us on turn? Tom would have to have a really fast hand. We could just empty. I don't
So
know how frisky you're feeling, but we could just empty, or we can Twister with no mana floating.
I think twisting depths, assuming that he's on depths, is gonna hurt them a lot.
I would empty it honestly, but if you
Okay.
want to twist, I'm in.
No, I'm gonna follow the sensei's.
Well, I guess we could echo floating too. I'm sorry, but we would exile 2 Burning Wishes, which means that we only have 6 tutors left in the deck. Honestly, I really do think the right play here is to empty the Warrens.
All right, he said he hopes it's not death and taxes, and he's not going to be disappointed. All right, so take a look at this
So
side beach. So
your Echo line would have blue-black floating with a bunch of Storm. So like it's not the end of the world. It's just like we're gonna have 6 tutors left in the deck instead of 8. I think that both lines are fine if you want to Echo.
we
I
haven't
think
done
if
an
I was playing
empty
for the
yet.
money though, yeah, like if I was playing for money, I would empty.
All right, so it is the best play. It's also something we haven't done yet. So uh, Dark Ritual, LED, Burning Wish, Chrome Mox, we get 10 gobos. So
Yeah.
all right, let's do this.
Tom's also playing City of Brass lands, so keep that in
Ooh,
mind.
the extra punish. All right, so
I think there's 2 copies of actual City of Brass, 4 Mana Confluence, 4 Gemstones.
yeah, something like that. All right, so now that we've made him wait, he'll watch this later and understand why I made him wait so long. Sorry, Tom. All right, Underground Say.
I would not apologize to Tom. Tom deserves what's about to happen.
Let's see if the chat
I'm
reacts
friends
to
with
Chrome
Tom.
Mox. Yeah, we are both in a group chat with Tom. This is all in good fun. This is where we find out he's actually just on miracles.
I think that Tom is just writing a message to us right now, if I had to guess. Tom's not tanking on a Dark Ritual.
Oh no, probably not.
And Tommy figured it out.
Yep, he figured out everything. He was like, "Oh, that's why it took so long to keep the hand because you're talking to Bryant." Like, exactly.
Tom's a pretty smart guy.
Yes. Deriving incomplete or complete information from incomplete. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Deriving the correct answer from incomplete information is what I'm trying to say. So red, red, red. So has it ever come up in a game where you chose not to get the card with Burning Wish? I just think it's so funny that Moto is like, would you like to use this ability? I'm like, fucking yes, I cast the card. It doesn't do anything else.
I played a lot of Burning Wishes in my life. There's only one instance where I chose not to get something, and it was for Infernal Tutor Hellbent.
Okay, all right, so it did come up one time. There is a reason. Okay, that's what I was asking.
There was once a call that I was on with Tom Hepp, where
This guy.
Tom was making fun of me, and I accidentally targeted my opponent with Peer into the Abyss. It's the only time I've ever not targeted myself. And my opponent then played many Chalice of the Void after.
Yeah, Tom is the the like permanent trophy leader. If you're not familiar with his work, Negator77, follow him on Twitter. He's always working on depths, always has some sweet new build of it. Like we have to play our own Stifle because of this maniac. Uh-oh. All right. I don't mind that. All right, didn't get Tabernacle.
Well, there's not a Tabernacle in there. So.
Listen, man. Got to play around everything.
So how we would lose this game is that Tom is able to make a 20/20 and block.
Yes, without...
That said, I still think we made the right choice.
Yeah, so you would need Lotus Petal and Spirit Guide, or like 2 Spirit Guides, like some combination of 2 bonus mana in addition to his land drop here. Yeah, he said he had the 6 outer for another acceleration piece. He had 1, but not 2. All right, so I imagine Chain of Vapor. All right.
Chain of Vapor definitely comes in.
All right, finish your thought.
It's worth noting that Tom has Stifles and Fluster Storms. 2 Stifle, 3 Fluster, which makes this pretty interesting.
Yes.
And on top of that, Tom has Discard. So I've tried to board in this matchup a number of times. So I've done -2 Veil and then brought in 2 Chain. I've also done -2 Ponder. I don't think that there's a best plan here. It's sort of just like trying to figure things out. Because Veil protects you from Thoughtseize and Fluster, but doesn't stop Stifle.
Right.
And if you go down to 4, sometimes you're forced to just jam into Fluster. We could do 1 and 1. You could do -1 Veil, -1 Ponder. And that would give you a Ponder as a wish target.
Yeah, I think that's defensible. Yeah, that makes sense. He knows the matchup now, so he knows to maul to a turn 2 if he needs to, and he's on the play, so... And I like that we can still beat a turn 2, because we are also a turn 2 deck. And his turn 2 is actually a turn 3. Like, is
Exactly.
the deck... Okay, so the deck is capable of a turn 1 Merit Lage with exactly double Lotus Petal, Vampire Hexmage, Dark Depths. I think that's the only turn 1 Merit Lage that can be made.
Correct.
All right, this is the plan, right? Just the 2 chains and everything else stays as is?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll submit my deck. I'm sure he submitted a minute and a half ago because he doesn't have to think anymore. Deck is an extension of his body.
Tom is 1 with the depths. Exactly.
All
Same
right.
bad joke.
This hand looks awful.
I agree. This doesn't do anything, unfortunately.
This has no way to discard the Echo. It does have defense grid, so we can set up. Do we want to play a game where we're setting up anything? Or is like 5 a better?
Let me ask you, would you keep this if you were just playing on your own?
Probably.
So would I.
All right. So do we ship Rite of Flame here?
That's what I would bottom. The other choice is Opal.
I like the
yeah.
Opal because we have 3 artifacts already.
Yeah, it's a permanent mana source to help you get to Echo, which is what I like about it.
All right.
It is. Tom plays 1 or 2, I believe it's 1 Collector Oof, so that's the downside.
Yep. Oof, there it
We'd
is.
love to see a turn 1 Urborg.
Yeah, thank you. All right, so I think fetch land pass here, or do I play out these to play around discard?
I think there's a couple of Force of Vigor, so you don't really want to do that.
Right, okay. All right, fetch
Maybe
land
this will
pass.
put the fear of Veil of Summer into the HEP.
Well, he didn't discard on turn 1. I suspect we're just getting Depth Steer. Yeah, so this is going to be a Hex Mage. All right, time to pod race. Vroom vroom.
If we draw another 0 artifact, we can actually hardcast Echo.
All right. Any reason to fetch? Like, thin one card. Does that even matter?
It opens you up to stifle.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
Um,
That will not do.
so we're just dead, right?
Yep.
All right. GG's.
So I wouldn't concede. So it's a tell
Oh,
for game three because if like we have Chain of Vapor, you want to put the thought into Tom's head. So I wouldn't have done that. I would have forced Tom to attack. Like you got to play the mental games because otherwise it's a tell for another situation.
so I hear what you're saying. Like he knows that Chain of Vapor's in the deck. Uh, oh, okay. I know what you're saying. Like I should have at least seen if he went for it and then conceded. Like see if he respects it at all. Like
Exactly.
at least go to the end step, see if he goes for it. All right, all right. I feel you. All right. Same 60 going in.
All right, we got to get this one.
That is how best two of three works. So this hand looks bad to me.
Yeah, unfortunately, got to ship it.
All right. This is pretty good looking. This has a lot of
Yeah,
mana, 2 tutors. So I can. Do you bottom a ritual or burning wish or one of the lands and try to ponder for a second? Uh,
I'd
I.
probably just bottom ponder. Like you
Oh,
want
okay.
the other six cards, so like I don't know.
That was so funny that I was just like, do we bottom a card and then try to ponder to replace that card when we could just bottom fucking ponder?
Yeah,
Whee!
I'm a little bit nervous with this hand, but I think it's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty resilient to discard because we have 2 of each thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't think it matters which one you play first, but Volk incentivizes no Urborg, so I guess like if you wanted to do that,
all right, the race is on. Now we need one less goblin. Does that change
okay.
anything?
So we have two options here. We can Burning Wish and go get Pier and pass, or we can play Wishclaw pass. The problem with the Wishclaw line is that it does get stopped by Stifle, but it guarantees an ad nauseum next turn. So what you can do is you can just tap Volk, activate Claw, and if Tom isn't holding up Stifle, you get the ad nause. Granted, neither line play around Fluster, but if you can't afford to play around it, don't do it anyway. So
I
you have to draw something to imprint onto Chromox in order to peer.
all right. Yeah, I
Uh,
like the claw.
okay.
Yeah,
Because like if Tom has another turn two plus Stifle, it's a little rough.
nice City of Brass. Got that Arabian Nights art. Okay. I mean, I can't respond, so
Yeah.
glad I didn't commit to a peer with just getting my ritual stripped would be so embarrassing. But all right.
I almost feel like Tom has a Fluster in hand, just because there wasn't a turn one discard, unless Tom immediately drew the Inquisition, but I have a feeling it was more like I'm going to hold up Fluster.
Yeah, so if he's been holding, if he held up Fluster turn 1, passed, and then cast discard spell while it's continuing to hold up Fluster, then that's good. I wish we had that Thoughtseize in the sideboard.
Yeah, it might be a little bit better than Extract right now.
So
So I think here I would just tap activate ad nause or tap activate Wishclaw, see if the Stifle gets drawn out.
okay. Just thinking. All right, so we get ad nauseum.
Yeah, and we don't have to cast it right now if you don't want to. Another thing we can do is just like, I mean, I don't love it, but you could just pass. And if you do that, um, like you can always add, like if they go to like thought sees you, you can then add nause on their turn.
I mean, if we pass the turn, he can wish for Flusterstorm. So he's just
Yeah,
like guaranteed to
that's the
have it.
downside.
All
Let's
right,
jam.
yeah, let's jam. I have Burning Wish, so I'm an LED away from drawing 7. Like if this ad nauseum gets countered,
Yeah.
just LED off the top goes to work. Yeah, there's the Flusterstorm.
There.
I am
I felt
shocked.
like it's pretty obvious that Tom had it. Yeah.
Yeah. But
So,
this
something I've seen Tom do in these sort of situations is then to wish for collector oof
that makes sense. That
because
would fuck up my
it sets
shit
up
pretty
the
bad.
claw.
All right.
All right. I'd probably just go get Echo in case we rip a diamond.
Okay. It's gonna have another Flusterstorm. Yes. Get Echo. Yeah, so he can wish for. No, doesn't even have to wish for Dark Depths. Just has it. All right, Echo off the
All right.
top
So
or LED.
LED right now.
1, 2, 3, 4,
We're
5.
mana short again.
Betrayed by Chrome
Ah,
Mox. All right.
yeah.
I guess I can pass and try to make him respect the chain.
Yeah.
Is there any world where he doesn't just go for it?
Tom knows 2 out of the 3. Tom does play a little conservatively sometimes if he thinks that he can afford to.
Yeah, like
Like I've seen Tom go. Yeah. And
yeah,
especially if we're not conceding, it might be putting the thought in Tom's head that we actually drew it.
yeah. So counterpoint to your point. All right, he didn't fall for it. Maybe he'll misclick.
Yeah, I don't
Merit
think
Lage
so.
himself. All right.
Womp womp.
All right. Yep. 1 mana short. I think the snap concede game 2 may have gotten his head that why didn't he snap concede this time? So I was playing the mental game just poorly.
The opposite way.
All right. So Sebulba won that round of the pod race. This hand looks like hot Garbo.
So I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that our opponent is like a snow player.
All
But
right.
I'm fine with shipping this.
So if we assume that they are snow and that's true, we go like turn 2 defense grid, and then we untap on turn 3, having had 3 fresh draw steps. Like there's 8 cantrips and then the 8 tutors in the deck.
You're 34% to draw a business spell every turn.
34%. So 34 times 3 is 100. That's how that works, right?
That's definitely how that math goes.
Nobody tell
I
Frank
think it
Karsten
puts
I
you at
said
like
that.
60 something percent by like turn 4. I could be wrong. It's rough math.
I'm gonna keep this for science. Is it preposterous to do that, or is it like? No, I'm gonna mulligan. Fuck it.
Okay.
It's London mulligan. I'm gonna keep. All right.
That's a great hand anyway.
Yeah, now we have a real hand. I think I want to bottom.
It's ponder or brainstorm in my opinion.
I'm just deciding which one and why. Like ponder, I can fearlessly fire off on turn 1, which curves up into the Wishclaw Talisman. Brainstorm is a better fix if my hand gets bad, but I basically just have every card I want already. So I actually think Ponder is better.
I actually agree.
All right. Basic. Oh no, it's Death Shadow. Or we accidentally queued into a Modern League in between rounds. It could still be
I mean, we
Modern.
got that new shadow creature, right? I don't know what it's called, but it's 2 mana.
Scourge of Skyclaves.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, they took
I
Veil.
smell a Hemniparak in our future.
All right, well, I'll Ponder. Try to find the LED before it's too late.
Are we getting days?
All right, deal.
Deal.
They're playing aggro AF over there.
They just want to get their life total up.
Ripping it up. LED. Okay.
I would probably just Meyer pass.
Yeah. All right, so they had a hyper disruptive first turn cycle. Let's see if we can beat it. So if I spend the pedal to cast the Talisman, do you think they would spend a counterspell on Talisman?
I do.
All right, so
I
now,
would probably pass.
all right,
I just don't think that you can afford to trade 2 for cards for a days. Like, or even a force negation here would be brutal. One of the ways that you can actually beat Death Shadow is just by resolving Wishclaw and knowing that later on you can get tendrils no matter what. So then all you need to do is draw mana.
oh right, because they're gonna rip their own life total apart. I get you. Haha.
So that makes the second claw draw a little bit better.
Yeah,
We just need to draw a second land.
yeah. Now I think they take. I would take Lotus Petal from this hand. I think, or if I have a counterspell, I would take one of the claws.
Interesting. I don't think that was the right choice.
Yeah, that just fuels up the next one. Dark Ritual.
Okay. That was a fine draw.
All right.
I would probably still pass here, but
Okay.
I'm fine with playing conservatively.
No, I like your plan of just resolving a Wishclaw Talisman and removing their last 6 to 10 life points, whatever they leave themselves with a little natty tendrils.
There's even been points where I've tried boarding out the storm engines because I know that they're just going to lower their own life total.
That's bold.
Yeah, it doesn't always work out. So, but I've tried it. They're down to 2 cards, probably force and a blue card.
Yeah, they've done a lot of tripping. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. That's not enough.
No.
Do I need to, like, I take 6. I feel like I have to get this, at least go for one of these Wish Claws.
So I wouldn't, just because you're burning a resource and storm count. So even if they go fetch shock, you're only taking 9 next turn. What, I mean, you're not dead.
Okay.
So I don't know if I see the value in going for it.
Okay. Fuck.
That's fine.
That's one less tendrils I need to cast. I think they take Petal this time.
Interesting.
All right, so I no longer think they have Force. Yeah, they chose to shuffle.
They shuffle off the ponder.
Yeah, like if you're sitting on Force blue card, you don't spend your blue card. Like you have your opponent on a 1-turn clock.
Lines of diamond. Come on.
Dark Ritual.
Okay.
So this is the
All
same
right, we're
hand.
back at point A. Yeah.
Still, Do we just have to echo and hope?
Yeah, I think so. Let's fetch for swamp.
Yep.
It's also better to fetch for swamp because it's like not a card you're going to draw with your echo. You'd rather draw a dual land later.
Right. Oh, it's go time, kids. No laws. I kind of hope they force this. They couldn't be fooled. Is getting the second Wish Claw into play worth the 2-mana investment here?
I
So
do, just because you're going to be losing a tutor, so you'll have 7 tutors left in your deck and you have to redraw one. I
okay.
think it's a little bit easier to just redraw mana, especially when you have a land drop.
All right. Yeah, it made sense to me. I just wanted to check. All right. Moment of truth.
Just a single mana away the whole time. Nope, never mind. It was still a single mana away. I thought that maybe we missed a grape shot line, but that's not true.
All right. So I can.
So it's probably free to play Badlands.
Yeah, and then I probably want to Rite of Flame, see if they fight over that.
Sure.
Like, we win if these 2 spells resolve, the LED on the right. If right resolves, all right, they force that.
Deal. All right. So now, I mean, we don't want to do anything about that. So we're going to play Lions Eye Diamond now, and then Ponder. And I mean, it all depends on this diamond. Okay. So I think we're going all in on Ponder now. We're
O-
going to add a blue, sack a LED for 3 black, because that will leave extra copies of LED or Dark Rituals as game winners.
Okay,
Or I
so
guess Tendrils itself too.
all right, so Ponder holding priority, make black, black, black. Let's
We have
go.
8 outs right now.
None of those are
None of
them.
those are outs.
Ah, we did it.
That does it. That does it.
uh, we don't have another counter. Skadoosh. Epic. Woo woo. All right. We did it. We didn't even need them to reduce their life total. We stormed for 14 copies. All right. Do you bring in Abrupt Decay to take pressure off you, or is that not the game you play at all and you just try to kill them?
I bring in Abrupt Decay, well, mostly for Norod because sometimes these lists have them.
Okay.
And I like Carpet. So
Oh, yeah,
you're a Disrupt, it's just like a mana source that sits in play.
sure.
So I've tried a bunch of different plans. I mentioned how I boarded out like ad nauseum and Echo before.
Yeah.
I've also boarding out Chromox and Opal just because like they're conditional. And if my opponent's going to just be like shredding my hand and like denying me certain things, I'd rather just like always have good cards in my hand.
Right. Carpet seems like a strict upgrade to those 2 cards in most situations. So,
So the last time I faced Death Shadow, I just boarded out 6 Moxen.
yep. I like that. That makes a ton of sense. Death Shadow isn't known for killing you quickly. Like, they do have to spend some time getting their life total low before they can cast their premier threat. So just planning for a game where all of your cards matter a lot and you minimize dead draws. Anyone who watches my channel, they've seen me play Mox Opal before. They've seen me board it out a lot. So I like it. All right, in we go.
I'm just hoping that our round 5 we get to extract someone. That's it.
Yeah, we're approaching the end of this league and haven't done that yet. So we can carpet off Lotus Petal, but this hand isn't really going anywhere after that. But it is, and we're also just like pants down to Wasteland. What do you think? I don't love this, but I don't really have a good idea of how strong carpet actually is.
Carpet is bananas, and we're facing the Thoughtseize Hymn to Torok deck. So I think like this is a pretty reasonable 7 to keep.
Okay.
Like we're on the draw, we get another chance at finding our Taiga.
Hymn to Turok is a liability with Echo in my hand. Like I was just pretty worried about like Thoughtseize your carpet and then Wasteland, and then we don't do anything.
Yeah.
But I am a wuss.
Okay.
So do we pedal out this carpet, or is that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
let's play the C just to avoid days.
right. Right, and then we go to the second main, and then carpet generates mana.
And you could even decay Delver if you want, just to slow down their clock more. Or you can brainstorm. I think both lines are fine.
Yeah, I think if they have a counterspell, they fire it off here. They're certainly thinking about it. If they don't have, like they have a counterspell. Now it's just, is it time? Oh, okay. Or they're looking for a counterspell. All right, I think I want to pick off this Delver.
Let's do it.
Yes, give me some green mana. And fuck your Delver.
A friend of mine, Max Carini, aka Wonder Pro on Magic Online, likes calling the Epic Storm City's Blessing Storm because in post-board games against blue, you tend to end up with a lot of permanents in play due to Carpet of Flowers.
Yeah. All
That
right,
was a good
so
draw.
yeah, so I'm gonna. I can choose not to activate this yet and see what my brainstorm does, but I probably want to just do it now so I can play around days. What color do I want here?
I
Is
would do blue, personally, just because like I don't want to, raise our hand that we have Valve Summer in hand.
all right. So lead on brainstorm or lead on Lotus Petal. I
I'd
think
probably leave on
brainstorm.
brainstorm. Yeah,
Yeah.
just the
Ba-
most options of what to put back.
All right, that was juicy-licious. Rite of Flame doesn't seem to be going anywhere quick here, and Carpet is doing a lot of what Right would be doing. So
The
Right,
green red of flame.
yeah. Veil of Summer is like the best card against this whole deck. That's not going
I'd
anywhere.
put Ponder on top, honestly, just because you don't want to get it discarded. And
Okay.
now what we can do is just like play Trop, play Petal, pass. And now we're holding up Abrupt Decay, but we can also like Veil through a Daze or Veil through a Spell Pierce too.
Okay. I'm
And then
into
now
it.
if they him you, like, and then they force, like, I just think that this is good.
Yeah, this feels like a good setup. Narset part of Veils. I have the Abrupt Decay for that. Whoa.
That and they just gave you a third land for a Carpet.
Yeah. Feed me.
Did they miss? No, they put Brainstorm
Yeah, they
down
have
there.
Brainstorm.
Get out of here. Just go.
Yeet. All right. So, am I still making blue here?
Yes, but only because Dark Ritual or I guess it's only Dark Ritual, another Carpet wouldn't do it unless you didn't activate.
All right. So this is an easy shuffle. I don't need any of that shit.
Agreed.
That was the shit I didn't need. I'm just.
So, yeah, I would just pass. You could hardcast Echo, but if it gets hit by Force Negation, you're gonna feel like a fool.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hold my horses. I can do that with Veil of Summer back up next turn. And they haven't seen my hand yet, so they don't know that like making me discard is actually helpful. Like if they Thoughtseize, I Veil, they force, and thinking they're gonna get me to Hellbent, they actually just have done me a huge favor.
Down to 4 cards now, too.
All right. This carpet's been dumb.
It's a really good card.
I don't.
Hey, you love to see it.
Oh, what do I love to see? The ponder or the
Second
second
carpet.
carpet? Second carpet. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I hide the ponder on top
Yeah.
and then play carpet. Oh, I can get the taiga if I need it.
See, everyone's all about that taiga.
Yep, Taiga King. I'm seeking a presidential pardon as Taiga King. I'm gonna use it
I
just
think
to
we're gonna have
scare
to
him.
lock you up somewhere in Florida for a little bit, though. So next turn we can actually hard cast Echo Vans for absolutely free.
Yep, nice force of will. Hyper aggressive street wraith there.
That's a weird play.
Oh,
I mean, it's fine.
No, they brainstormed last turn. Though it is strange that they could have just taken their draw step and done all that in their main phase. I don't know. I'm not
I guess
the
this way they thin a land out of their deck,
yeah, I'm not the shadow player here. They're the expert.
send you back to the Shadow Realm.
Ho!
We have 8 mana now. Oh boy, love carpet.
All right, and ponder on top is still something I'm interested in.
Yeah, because we can actually cast it for relatively free and try to find another veil.
All
I
right,
just add blue green.
blue and green.
Yeah, traditional combo colors.
Yeah.
We know the next card, right?
Uh,
It's a land.
yeah. Yes, that is accurate.
So,
Taiga King.
sure.
It is time.
No, it's Panda. Also, grid would be really good here. Or that
Oh wow.
veil. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think that they could have anything anymore.
All right, so I'm gonna veil. We know they have force. They'll have to respond to this veil. Then I'll cast the other one, which draws the LED, and it also doubles storm. And if they force this, then
They're hellbent and the echo is going to resolve anyway.
yeah. But
Force pitch force.
that does give them a fresh 7, though. I guess we're not playing around that at this point.
Yeah.
Do I pop Lotus Petal as like a deployable mana source on the redraw, or do we not want to?
I don't think we really want to redraw it.
Okay.
Like, we borrowed out Opal, so it's not for Metalcraft purposes anymore. I just think that we want better cards to be drawing.
All right. So what?
I'd probably tap Trop, because that way we still have all 4 colors.
All right, that makes sense.
Also, just drawing the tendrils here would be insane.
Yeah, I would take that. All right,
That's pretty good.
so
You can
right.
just straight up. Sorry, you guessed the line.
All right, I'm thinking right, grid. Burning Wish for. All right, let me count the mana. So this makes 2. So 2, and then this nets 2. So we'll have 4, 5, 6. I still have a land drop, right? 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So right, defense grid, wish for grape shot.
Correct.
All right. I guess I should make my land drop first.
Yeah, it helps you play around like Daze or Spell Piercer, just something funny.
Yeah.
And if they like daze the grid, you can like pay for it in Echo. Not that that's what you really want to be doing, but it's just an option.
Right.
Actually, we have enough to pay for days anyway.
Yeah, we had 1 extra. All right, cycling straight wraith. Now storm is mega lethal. Oh my god.
I think our opponent's trying to go to the bar for some great shots.
Yeah. Shots, 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 shots. Everybody. All right, so they did a lot of work to find this one force of will.
Wish we had one more mana because then we would have the double Burning Wish
Yeah,
land.
yeah. Unfortunately, we don't.
That'll
But
do, Peg.
yeah, the way they were digging, they definitely did not have anything else. All right,
Hey,
3 and 1. Right, on the play here in the finals against a Yorion deck. So Yorion decks are not known for being good against combo. They have a thin distribution of hate cards because they have to play 80 cards. And these are decks that want to go long, which generally favors combo, at least on paper. So that said, our hand is a pretty wonky here. This doesn't look like a keep to me.
so one of the things that we talked about in the beginning was the ability to play a turn one Wishclaw Talisman.
Yeah.
These are like I'm assuming that our opponent is likely playing Death and Taxes. If that is the case, we get to play a turn one Talisman here off of Lotus Petal Mox Opal, which means we would have 2 permanent mana sources in a play on turn 2 with a Wishclaw. Anything that makes a mana on turn 2 allows us to echo with a land drop. We would have to draw a mana source off the top to avoid a Thalia, but I think it's probably worth it. It's your league. I'll let you decide.
Okay. No, I'm in. I would have mulliganed this. Just get it the fuck out. Because it looks so weird. But being able to keep these weird hands is why you're around.
It's going to be a little awkward if they're secretly like a Tundra deck or like a Strifle pile, but I don't know. Like I'm willing to bet that Yorion decks are Death and Taxes at this point.
Yeah, if Yorion could have worked in another shell, I would have played it. I promise. I tried a lot, but it was not very good.
Once upon a time, are they they're the green white Reclaimer deck? This is something that what is their name? Lynn Chalice made the finals of a challenge with.
Okay. I'm glad you know what this is because I'm not sure that I've seen it.
Are you ready for prime time?
I hope it does not become prime time. So what hate do they play that I need to worry about?
Pretty standard, like Thalia, Gaddock Teague, Collector Roof off of Greenswing Zenith.
Okay.
It's mostly like a larger, like Maverick.
All right, show me potato salad. Mana source. Shit.
Womp womp. Okay. So we still have a play here. I would play Wishclaw Talisman, and then next turn you're guaranteed the ability to echo.
Okay.
Actually, never mind. You're not guaranteed, but it's just another chance.
Okay.
Like
Please.
the Opal's still active, you can get LED. But once again, we're in a situation where we have to draw a mana.
Yeah, it's mostly the same. The being Lotus Petal instead of land was pretty rough.
Or a Chromox. Chromox actually would have been perfect.
Yeah. Yep. We are slowly bleeding out here, but have a lot of explosive options off the top. They didn't Thalia. Mana source. We did it. All right, so I make 2 wishes. I have to use this one first.
It's a little unfortunate that it was a land that we drew, because we're going to be giving our opponent 2 tutors, and we
Yeah.
don't have a land drop.
All right, I'll get the LED. Could really use a wish right now.
MIA.
What's that?
MIA, just like our opponent's about to be, missing in action.
Oh, okay.
Going,
Plow. Red Elemental Blast. GG. Oh, that would
that's
be a
happened to
nightmare.
me before. My
Yeah.
opponent was playing like an Orcish Lumberjack deck with main deck Pyroblast and just got me.
Yeah, I mean, 80. It's hard to fill up 80 cards.
What if they were like sitting on the main deck Mindbreak Trap, and then you only played 2 spells?
All right, well, that's the end of that line.
Yeah. So there was another line we could have taken there, which it would have been to just cast Burning Wish or Echo and pass, and then that way you would have had another claw in play when you echoed on the
Okay.
next turn.
All right. Yeah, that's probably better. I just got pretty excited to do the thing.
So my fear here is that our opponent activates Claw, puts Collector Roof into play, but I'm hoping that it's just in their board.
Right. Or we just
Or,
twisted them out of a functional hand. That would be great.
yeah, we did give them 2 Demonic Tutors though.
That is true. But if they demonic tutor, then so do I. And the game is afoot. Oh, it was just in their hand. Didn't even need to look.
So our game plan now is to ponder into a Burning Wish.
All right.
We probably should have activated one of those claws. That way they get a free tutor effect and then shut it off for us.
Oh yeah, that was loosey goosey. There's the tendrils. We can
It's worth noting that we actually don't have any artifacts right now.
yeah, like not in play or in hand. So Underground Sea here. And then I would like to ponder. There's the Burning
I like
Wish.
that. That's great. The Dark Ritual too. We might be
Yeah.
able to set up like a Burning Wish Grape Shot Tendrils line and just win through the oof.
Yeah, this is a lot of fast mana. We're holding the natural tendrils. Like, this is pretty exciting.
We need one more +1 mana source. So if we go Rite of Flame, Dark Ritual, that's 7 mana. The Burning Wish Grape Shot Tendrils line is 8. So if we can brainstorm into like a land and then another Rite of Flame next turn, that would be lethal.
All right. We know that Chromox is on top. It's not mana, but it is Storm. Five, six, 7. Yep. Trying to think if there's a line where we can like wish for Grape Shot that kills Oof, and then the artifacts turn back on. Like, does that do anything?
That's a slower line that effectively does a similar thing. What's this getting? Please don't be the card that I'm thinking of.
All right.
Okay.
I don't think we're worried about that.
I was really afraid it was going to be Sylvan Safekeeper.
Yeah, that would be a beating. Just protect the Oof. Oh, I have played against this deck, I think. All right, so do I brainstorm now, or is that a later thing? Like, we know
So
Chrome Mox
we
is
have
on
2
top.
lines. Yeah, so we have 2 lines. It's Brainstorm or just Burning Wish or Grape Shot and discard a card, because we can't play anything else. I'm greedy. I would cast Brainstorm here, but it is a little more risky if you don't hit the land.
Yeah. So a land is cool enough. Yeah, I'm going for it here.
Land, Rite of Flame.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bad news bears
So
all around.
Wishclaw is the worst card, so I put that on top, and then like just some other card on top of that.
Yeah, I wish I could pitch Wishclaw to Chrome Mox, but thanks. Design. Oh, I guess I can. Oh no, I can't still ponder because they have the thing. I got excited. All right.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. Like any other card.
Yeah, I can't cast Veil anyway.
So our game plan next turn is probably to cast Ponder looking for a land.
All right, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Do I play the Chrome Mox in hopes that that it gets unlocked by Grape Shot next turn? Because we're gonna have to go to discard. Like I could just get rid of this Brainstorm.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to play out the Chromox just in case it will unlock Opal at some point.
Yeah, like an artifact away from unlocking Opal, and yeah, just having the extra mana.
In hindsight, knowing that we weren't going to hit the land and be able to do it, um, it kind of sucks because like I don't even know if we want to Ponder next turn. It might be right to just Burning Wish for a Grape Shot.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, that lets this Reclaimer activate twice. Like I don't really know what Reclaimer can get. Is there a Glacial Chasm in this deck that just blows out the Grape Shot line?
If there's a Sajiri step in the main, oh,
Yeah, that's bad.
that might have just been game.
Or a Wasteland. Like even Wasteland here just starts the pinch.
Yeah.
All right, Bog doesn't matter. There are a lot of Hateful Bears in this deck.
Yeah, or Echo wasn't the best.
Yeah, bad Echo for us, and it gave them Collector Roof. Didn't even have to tutor for it. They're going for something right now. Is this just to get F6 value, or is there actually a land that gets me here? Because I don't know, like, you wouldn't just Sajiri step now. Why would you even do that?
So I just brought up the deck list. There's no main deck Sajiri step.
All right.
Or even one on the board.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're currently on a 3-turn clock. Oh, they do have Wasteland though.
Yeah, this is probably gonna lock it up. You have to Ponder looking for lands.
Yeah, absolutely. Just shuffle this. All right, I'm ready to concede here.
Yeah. So it's worth noting the most recent list do not have Mindbreak Trap in them.
Okay, that's good news. What do they have? Like, can I ship these defense grids and Veil of Summers?
You can, but the way that the board is currently constructed, you don't really get to board all of that stuff out.
Right.
Like there's only 4 cards to bring in. So I end up leaving in 2 defense grid just in case they do have Mindbreak, but also the most recent list do have 4 Pyroblast.
Okay, yep. That is an instant.
And at worst, it enables Metalcraft.
All right, cool. Makes sense. Yeah, I think your
So,
more conservative line of just like casting the Burning Wish for Echo and then passing the turn with the 2 Wish Claws still around is the better one. Obviously, hindsight's 20/20, but I'm still trying to do things without passing the turn. Like I want to pass the turn as few times as possible. But
yeah, I tend to play pretty conservatively. So the upside of your line was you could have killed your opponent. The downside of waiting a turn is like they could have just gone tap 3 lands, green sun,
right.
and then get the that way. Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that line makes more sense. We just hit a rough hand with like 0 mana
Yeah.
acceleration.
Part of the issue was had already made a land drop, so I think that we were only like 32%, 34% to win there.
All right. This hand sucks.
Yep.
This is the same hand.
Going to 5.
All right.
Good news is that we don't have to worry about Mindbreak, most likely.
All right.
Yes.
So this is a keep. you got really excited about this. What what are you seeing here that is the yes, or is it just yes, it's keepable?
It is land dark ritual ad nauseum.
Oh, okay. So I think we bottom opal and brainstorm.
Yes.
All right. There is no basic island in the deck, so I just have to fetch into a wasteland here. Like I have to cast a cantrip.
I agree with that.
The underground sea. Okay.
That was a pretty good ponder.
Yeah. Now we even with the wasteland, we still have ad nauseum next turn.
Boom!
Yeah, they played right into it, sucker.
I remember my first time playing Magic.
Sorry, Punted Wumpus. We're not actually making fun of you. We love your name. We're a big fan of your username. They're
We're also
gonna.
a really big fan of Ad Naz.
All right, they didn't have Mind Break Trap, like you said. All right, so we'll go again. Shit. Oh no. All right, that's good.
So the bare minimum we can echo with 3 floating and a land drop.
Yeah. So I'm at 5 right now. We can keep going.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
All right. Now we can echo with 6 floating. All right. So
7.
now a land just flat out wins.
We're at 1. I would not like
All
to
right.
continue. All right, so
So we have a pretty cool line here.
tell me about it.
So we can go LED, 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 Opal, and Brainstorm. And if we hit any Chrome Mox or a blue land that isn't a fetch land, we can put Tendrils on top and then Brainstorm into it.
Oh, that's sweet. All right, so you want me to brainstorm here?
I would.
All right. Do I chain of vapor my Mox Opal first to build Storm?
If you want to
I guess it
showboat,
doesn't
you
matter.
can.
No,
Yeah.
it's only game 2. I don't want to show them the thing. All right, so we found the thing.
Unfortunately, we missed.
Oh right, we.
We're at 1.
Oh yeah, shit. Good observation. All right, so we're just gonna have to settle for this gigantic echo.
Floating 6 mana. So it doesn't really matter what you put. I guess like for Fairy Macabre or Surgical, you'd probably want to hide some
Yeah,
cards.
yeah. Like I'm gonna
So
put Tendrils in the deck and probably Burning Wish in the deck.
yeah.
Or yeah. All right. And
Actually, would it be better to do Claw Burning Wish?
Claw Burning Wish.
Yeah, because like if they surgical tendrils, like that's fine. This way you have more opportunities to draw claw.
Okay. All right. So blue, black, red.
Yep. And then cast echo floating 2 of each. Man, we shouldn't have talked so much smack because that's why we had such a bad ad nauseum. It was just karma.
All right. So now we
Saved
win.
by the bell,
Yep.
Mr. Belding.
All right. So Rite of Flame is a freebie.
They're no longer F6'd, just pointing that out.
All right.
But I think it's like pretty free to play defense grid.
Yeah. So I have to show them the Chain of Vapor to do that. So I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it costs 8 to do all of that. So that is right.
They also do have Force of Vigor, so like this stops a Force of Vigor from coming out of nowhere.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So LED. Oh, I still, because of LED, I still don't have to show them the Chain of Vapor.
I mean, they're gonna get to see it no matter
Oh
what.
yeah, yeah. They've already seen it. All right. I discarded it anyway. And that basically doesn't matter. All right, so make black, black, black.
You're not even gonna play a land? The disrespect out of this kid.
Yeah, fuck them. Honestly, I thought we already did, but didn't need it. How many drills of agony are you in store for?
16 drills. Sweet 16.
All right. They conceded to the 7th one.
Wasn't even lethal.
I know. I had to click a few more times before they were actually dead. All right. Sideboard doesn't change. I like that there's not much play draw to consider because the plan is mostly the same. There was like the one matchup where it was like Decay versus Chain on the player draw, but
Yeah.
in general, this is squeaky clean, the sideboard plan. I hate trying to figure out like all the stuff in blue decks. I should just play Epic Storm forever now.
I agree. Join the dock side.
All right, so this hand has a Ponder and a Brainstorm and a lot of fast mana, but needs a payoff. I think I like this, unless we're worried about Force of Vigor.
You named one of the two cards I'm worried about. There's also a one white mana card that we will not name that kind of wrecks us.
Oh yeah, all right. Do you mulligan a hand this solid in fear of
this
those
hand's
cards?
terrific. No.
Yeah, especially against an 80 card Yorion deck. Uh-oh. Ah!
Wrecked.
He who must
We have been
not
silenced.
be named. Yeah. All right, so I still have to play the Mox.
Probably imprint brains. Yeah, it's got to be brainstorm because then you can ponder on turn 2.
Yeah, it was either Brainstorm or Ponder to cast the other one.
Yeah.
They have Thalia also. Or Collector, oof. Basically any spell they can cast here just fucking destroys us.
A light breeze just came through and ended our whole career.
Yeah. I am deaf now. Def Jam Records.
Okay, that wasn't the worst. Let's just ponder in a chain of vapor. Like land chain of vapor.
Oh, wrecked.
Pyroblast.
Wrecked. All right. Not even saving that for the... I guess if they have a Zenith here, then it's better to spew it off then. So I guess there's nothing to think about. If they play more hateful shit, that's bad.
Yep, that'll do.
All right, so is this game winnable at this point? That's the start.
I mean, you might as well play out an artifact here, so that way you
Yeah.
can slowly build mana.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Realistically, we're probably dead, but you might as well try to fight back.
Yeah, I'm gonna play out the one I care less about, in case they do have Force of Vigor. So they didn't hit their third land drop. I suspect the thing they were thinking about last turn was, do I cast this Thalia, which will lock out Greenstone Zenith forever? Or do I try to spike a land in the future and make a different play? But it doesn't matter because all of these are deadly.
So it doesn't get talked enough about, but I think like one of the worst things that happened to Storm Combo in 2019 and 2020 was Deafening Silence.
Oh yeah.
It gave a lot of these creature decks a bridge from turn 1 to turn 2, because for a very long time they were just pants down. They were just like, okay, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. That's not the case anymore. They play 3 Deafening Silence in their board, which gets them to their turn 2 Thalia or Canonist or whatever, Collector Roof.
Yep. The only thing scarier than a hate bear is a hate enchantment. There's Carpet of Flowers now.
Well, there's the chain.
All right.
So we're technically still in this.
Yeah, so I think that I play LED. I pass the turn with 2 mana up, which can chain the Deafening Silence.
Yep.
If they want to
And then
sack
we
a
echo with a
land,
bunch of floating.
yeah, all right.
Yeah, we're in this. Oh my god.
Yep, just leave my artifacts alone and don't have another red blast. And we're gonna get along just fine.
You're probably gonna want to get Badlands with the Catacombs for the Dark Ritual Rite of Flame. Or I guess it doesn't really matter. But Badlands also pairs well with an island.
All right, that makes
Because if you're
sense.
another cop it.
All right, did they have the Zenith? Uh-oh. They're
Full
gonna
mana.
shut these doors just in time. All right, I'll make
Yeah.
blue.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, like their hand was clearly full of hate. Cancel. I need to do that. All right, so I can get the Badlands.
I think we only win if our opponent messes up.
Yeah,
But I
so
mean, we might as well give our opponent the opportunity, right?
yeah, so what do I even bounce here? Like every one of
Yeah.
these is lethal. I guess
It
Deafening
has to
Silence
be
is,
deafening
yeah,
sounds.
that's the one that completely non-functional under. Yeah, if they sack a land, then we can bounce Oof. Or it doesn't matter. Like if I sack a land, I lose to Thalia. If I don't sack a land, I lose to Oof.
So the way that we win this is if they copy, they bounce like LED or something.
All right, they're doing it.
Then we bounce oof, and then we try to echo through Thalia, redraw into a hand that can maybe. Okay.
I mean, that's the one you target because it
Yeah.
sets you back the most. All right, I would like to. I guess we have to.
We have to bounce oof. I mean, they're just giving us a chance to maybe win this.
Yeah.
So we just need to draw a land. I guess they could bounce. Okay.
Land, please. Show it to me. Oh.
Yes. All right. So we can play Chrome Mox, which will turn on the opal.
Yep.
Imprint
Pitching
Rite of Flame.
right.
Yep. And then Ritual.
Oh yeah, right. All right. RNGesus take the wheel. We've worked hard to get here.
We're gonna have 3 floating, am I right?
That is the math I'm seeing.
So let's float like at least 1 blue because our out here is drawing Chain of Vapor. So I think we actually want to do 2 blue
2
and a
black.
black.
2 blue. Oh yeah, we do have to pay 3. 2 blue and 1 black. All right. Off we
Come on,
go.
Chain. Chain into lethal. Let's see it. Play Claw. That could have been better.
Yeah, so I could play Mox.
Oh, yeah, Mox and a Claw. I kind of like that.
Yeah, because then Opal's or I guess Opal's on anyway.
This is good. I like this.
All right. Well, they sacked a land, and we sent them to the Shadow Realm. We did fetch an island though, so that the carpet recoups that land they sacked for no reason.
I can't believe that we're even in this game though.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was worth it, even if they just like easily redeploy with their 7-card hand, 8-card hand. Yeah, I mean, fucking obviously, there is no justice in this world.
There's only one.
Only one.
One in their
one justice.
collector.
Oh, there's only one in their deck, in their 80-card deck. Are you shitting me? And they've naturally drawn it twice.
There's no justice. There is no Batman.
Yeah, it's just us. This is also canonist. All right. So Chain still does the thing. It does
I
something.
mean, it bounces oof, but not a whole lot else.
Chain, show it to me. Pretty close. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are still alive.
So I think the out would be like drawing decay and blowing up one, and then drawing another answer the next turn.
We don't have 2 turns.
Well, you do if you get rid of one.
So I take 7 down to 6, and then I blow one up, and I'm at 1, and I can't fetch. So I think the fetch land means we are on a just locked into a 2-turn clock. They're gonna Zenith for a backup oof. Or Gaddock Teague.
There is no saving you.
Yeah, this is it. There's no Pyroclasm in the sideboard.
No.
Wow, we got wrecked. I think I might as well fetch here. Chain of Vapor. Burning Wish for nothing and concede. All right, so a proper Hate Bear wrecking. So as much as I would have preferred to win that match, obviously, because winning's strictly better than losing, we got a good spread of what the Epic Storm can do in this league. Like, we had some pod race dumpster matches. We had some intricate back and forth. We had some slow ones we sculpted and then won. We had some slow ones we sculpted then lost. We got absolutely locked out by Hateful Permanence. We saw what Deafening Silence does to the deck in the last round. And we saw what Veil of Summer did for the deck a few times before that. So this feels like
balanced.
Yeah, this feels like a good showcase of what you can expect. Like, if we just came out here and just 5-0'd Snowco, then somebody builds this deck and loses to Deafening Silence, they might be mad at me. But I did my due diligence. I showed you everything that could be done. I sculpted this whole league. It was a 3-2 from the start.
Yeah.
So
seems fine.
So I normally don't do this, but I think we should open the tilt chest, the 3-2 tilt chest.
All right, we're gonna open up a full set.
I hope so. Nope. We got a citywide bust and 15 play points. Not too
Sounds
shabby.
like a citywide bust.
Yeah, this was in fact a citywide bust. The whole city came into play in the end of that last game. I don't think there was anyone left in their homes. They were all on the battlefield. Well,
so Extract didn't come up this league. There was a point where we thought that maybe we wanted the Thoughtseize, so it might be possible that the Thoughtseize that Extract replaced might just be the right play there.
Yeah, it's one of those classic sideboard decisions of like, do you want an absolute banger for 2 matchups, or do you want a card that is fine in many matchups? And like, you're the expert. Like, if like specifically Doomsday and Oops All Spells are matchups where you want the banger, that makes sense. But yeah, there was one time where Thoughtseize would have been nice. But what are you gonna do? Yeah. Well, do you have any closing thoughts for this, or are we ready to wrap this up?
I think we're ready to wrap this up.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here. Everybody listening, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out the epicstorm.com and the Epic Storm on YouTube, and listen to the Eternal Glory podcast. The links to all of those things will be in the description below. Check it out. Thanks for watching. See you next time.